Hi guys, here's another tutorial. This time I used the brand new Mulberry from CJP, which I've been dying to use. So as you can see, nails are all prepped and tipped and ready to go. I'm not applying a clear layer on these simply because this is just like a one-off client. She doesn't come back usually. She's just like Bertie Christmas kind of client. So I'm literally going straight in with my glitter, and I am using Black Cherry from Diamond Glitters. This is definitely one of the most popular ones. It is a single cut glitter. It's quite a fine one. I think it's a 015, I think. It's great for texturing, which is what I'm going to do on this nail. But anybody obviously who follows my tutorials will know that I always do a layer of this underneath, just in case client like catches the nail or knocks it and loses any of her textured glitter, which she shouldn't, but just in case she does, I like to do a layer underneath so it's not that obvious. So I'm just making sure the full nail is nice and covered, and don't want no gaps or anything in there, so you want to get it nice and flush with that cuticle and sidewall area. So I'm going from my monomer into my clear powder, nice small bead, and then straight into my glitter, working nice and wet. If you work too dry, you're not going to get the movement that you need. So I'm just going to use the belly of my brush just to pat that all into place, make sure it's nice and flat, making sure there's no bulk. Then I'm just cleaning up my side walls, making sure there's none on the skin. Then we are going to move on to the ring finger. Now on the ring finger I did an extended nail bed, so I'm using my Cover Pink. This time I have used CJP's birthday suit. Again, I say it in all my videos, but I will say it again, it is definitely like the best Cover Pink out there. The colour is just perfect, it suits 90% of skin tones, and it's just really nice consistency, easy to use. It's got a great opacity as well. I know a lot of people say they're not getting the full coverage of it, so if you drain the liquid out of the back of the bead, remember to drain from your bead and not your brush. I will do a video explaining this because a lot of people do ask. So drain from the back of your bead and then you will get a really nice opaque colour. So I'm just placing that on, bringing that down to where I want it. Then I'm going to use the belly of my brush to flatten that out, and then I'm going to use the tip of my brush just to get that into shape. And then I'm going to pick up my cuticle bead, so I want quite a nice size bead. I'm going to place that on a cuticle, tip the client's nail down, use the tip of my brush to tease that in, and then I'm just pulling that product right over to the smile line. So just neatening up my sidewall areas again, keeping that smile line at a nice point. Again, you all know I love a really exaggerated smile line. I'm not a fan of a shallow one, so I do bring my product a little bit further down, but again, it's personal preference. It's whatever you prefer to do. And the neater you get your smile line with your brush, the less refined filing you've got to do afterwards. So just use the very tip of that brush just to tease it all into place. So I'm just cleaning up my cuticle area and my side walls, making sure that my product is nice and flush and none is touching the skin. I'm going to place another small bead just at my stress point because I wasn't quite happy that my apex was high enough. So I'm going to leave the bulk of the product in my apex area and then just tease the tip of the bead right down towards the smile line. So then we are going to move on to the middle finger, and I finally got a chance to use CJP's Mulberry. Oh my god, it's amazing. I know a lot of you guys were absolutely fuming, for want of a better word, when they got rid of Loganberry. But obviously they promised us a new colour very similar and even better, and they've definitely produced this. Oh my god, just look at it. Look at that colour. It makes me so happy. So this one's a lot more opaque than Loganberry, and Loganberry was quite red, where this is more of a deep plum colour. And personally, I prefer it to Loganberry, but a lot of my clients are still on the Loganberry hype, and luckily I have got another couple of pots left. But I will try and mix a colour very similar, and obviously if I get the ratios right I will let you guys know. So I'm just doing a full nail of this Mulberry. It is strength powder, so there is no need to cap in clear, so I am building my apex and everything with this colour. Just making sure it's all nice and neat. You can see it's an absolute dream to work with. I find Loganberry a little bit sticky, whereas this Mulberry just works perfectly. It just comes straight off your brush. I will apologise about the dog there, just heavy breathing, obviously I'm boring her. So then I'm going to go on to the index finger, and I'm applying CJP's birthday suit to the nail bed area. And then I'm just bringing that down, cleaning up my sidewall and the opposite sidewall, bringing that down on an angle as always. I have said it before but I will say it again. I always come down on an angle just because it's a lot more elegant and it just flows a lot better. It just makes the nail appear a little bit more elongated than it is, whereas if you do just a flat line, half and half, it doesn't look as nice, I really don't think. So we're just going to put that product on and pat it into place, coming up higher on one side than the other. And it was a tiny bit sheer, so I'm just going to apply another little bead. Just bringing that right down to free edge. And then we're going to pat into place. So I'm not worried about my blend too much in this nail because I am actually going to apply some Chameleon flakes to the join there. I will apologise because I'm honestly not sure where I got these Chameleon flakes from. I have had them what seems like forever, but I will find a reputable supplier and I will link in the description box below. So when you're working with these, you want to work nice and wet and nice and slow, because they fly everywhere and they're so fine they break really easily. So you just want to place these on with a little clear bead and just pat them into place nice and slowly. So I'm just making sure they're positioned exactly where I want them. Making sure it's all nice and clean. Have any of that product touching the skin, you are going to get lifting. So I'm just checking the set now, and I was literally working out what we were going to do on the thumb. So I've gone with CJP's birthday suit once again, so I'm just applying that to cuticle area, teasing it into sidewalls, and then patting that down. Again, I'm going to come down a little bit lower just on one side than I am the other. Cleaning off my free edges, I don't want any extra bulk on there. Then I'm going to apply a bead of the Mulberry colour again, just to free edge and up to one sidewall. I'm not worrying if this is a little bit transparent or a little bit thin in places because I'm only using this as a base colour, as I'm going to apply the Chameleon flakes over the top. So you can see there I've got a nice big loaded brush, placing them on, working nice and slow and nice and wet, because like I say, they do break up and you don't get as much of the effect once they're broke up into smaller pieces. So I'm just covering the whole free edge area. Just sweeping away any excess. Just Just making sure everywhere's nice and covered. Try not to get any sheer bits, you don't really want your mulberry colour showing through. So as you can see now, I have refined my smile line with a 150 grit drawer file, and I'm using the mulberry colour once again on the free edge, remembering that it is a strength powder, so there is no need to cap, so I am building the rest of the nail with this. It can be used as a design powder if you wish and you want to make your colour last a little bit longer, but personally, just don't be stingy, use it what it's meant for. It is a strength powder. You will not get the full colour of it if you use it as a design powder. It just looks so much more nice and crisp if you do use natural core powder over a free edge. So just use your belly, your brush to pat that into place. Make sure you've got product right up in the wing area, and then you're going to bring that back because you don't want no divots around your smile line, or else when you file them in you will see. It does actually look really speeded up, this video, but it's actually not. That is how fast my hand moves. I didn't realise until the other day when I was editing me doing a glitter video. I'm like, oh my god, it's making me dizzy. So I will apologise if it is a little bit fast. So we're going to go ahead and cap these other nails now. As always, I'll only show you me capping one nail. You don't want to watch me cap a full set. I don't want to bore you anymore. So I'm using CJP's Crystal Glass, popping that on at the cuticle area, teasing it into cuticle and sidewall, and then we are going to bring this down the nail. I do cap my glitters a little bit wetter than I do my colours, just because I think you get a little bit more clarity and you want to see each glitter piece. You want it to shine through really nice. So I'm just going to apply another bead to build my apex, making sure all my glitter is matte, because once it's matte you know it's covered and you are not going to file into it once you refine your shape. So now I've fully capped and refined the whole set, I'm going to go ahead and top coat and add my textured glitter. So as you can see, I've got a little gem tray underneath the nail, which I'm top coating now. This is going to be a textured one. So I'm doing a really nice thick layer of a non-white top coat. My top coat of choice is the Gel Bottle Inks Extreme Shine top coat. So then I'm going to pour over the same glitter that I've used obviously in the encapsulation. So this is Diamond Glitter's, oh my god, I forgot what it's called, Black Cherry. Almost forgot what it's called. This is from the metallic range, so if you guys obviously go on the website, link will be below as always. Just go, if you just type in metallic, it'll come straight up and they're all in one big drop down bar. So we're going to tap off any excess and then clean off around the cuticle, and then we're going to top coat the rest of these nails now. So the Gel Bottle Inks Extreme Shine top coat is a 30-second cure, but as we've done the texture glitter and it is a dark colour, I cure for 2 minutes just to be safe. I'm going a little bit overboard, and you probably can get away with 60 seconds, but I don't know about you guys, I have not got time for my clients coming back and saying it's chipped, it's come off, blah blah. So if I cure for 2 minutes, I'm definitely sure that it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm going to apply, obviously, top coat to the rest of the nails. This nail that I'm actually top coating now is going to have a pigment on in a moment. So you can really see those Chameleon flakes coming out now. The colours are absolutely gorgeous. I will try and find a supplier and obviously pop the link in. I can't for the life of me remember where I got them from. I think I've had them for like 2 years. So I'm going to top coat the thumb. Just make sure I've got a nice thick layer. You don't want to be too stingy with your thick top coats like this, as you will sort of get like little divots in your top coat, and it really ruins your set. So we've cured for 2 minutes, obviously, because we had the textured glitter, but on this middle finger now I'm applying the pigment. So the pigment I'm using is a Galaxy pigment from Diamond Glitters. I'm not sure which one it is because I've got all 10, but I will obviously pop it in the box below. I do apologise for my broken fingernail there. not great, but it was Christmas week, so I can be forgiven, I'm sure. So we're now going to apply another layer of top coat over this. The top coat I'm using is CJP's tack free top gloss. This is my chosen top coat for all my pigments, etc., because I just find that you get no chipping and it's nice and thin. As a gel bottle ink is a thick top coat, you don't want to apply too many layers because you will bulk up your nails. So we are all cured and all finished. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe.